I hate starting late. So the fact that we're starting 5 minutes late, I'm going to let go of it so I can just be present in the moment, right? I wanted to attempt one more time to actually highlight and show one of the videos from someone that is just about ready to hit 50 videos. So they're nearly halfway through the challenge. And I wanted to show one of their videos so you all could see it. And then I also want to use their channel as an example that we can all look at because I really like where they have it so far. So Keen, can you pull that video up and then hit share and play?
Really?
Oh, it's muted. So hit unmute on him on the video and then go back to the beginning. I think it wasn't quite at the beginning. I want them to see the nice intro that they created. So go all the way back. And then I don't know why we're not hearing sound. Crikey. Is the volume up on your computer, Keen? Oh, Keen, are you muted? You have to unmute.
Yeah, I have the volume up.
You
Okay,
probably
so-
have to enable the sound checkbox on the share screen. It just has happened before.
Okay. Since you know how to do that, Jennifer, should I put the link in for you?
That's totally fine.
Perfect. Give me 1 second. So let me do. Yeah, one day I will figure out how to do this smoothly. It'll probably be in 2023. So many other things I can do. So Jennifer, if you can grab that link and play that so everyone can hear the sound, that would be awesome. You see it? Okay.
Yep, it's loading. All right, let me share my screen.
And just start it from the very beginning.
Yeah, I think it's auto playing, so give me a chance to rewind it. Is that working?
Hi again, everybody. Dan Palomino here from Keller.
Turn it up a hair.
Hawaii. And today, I am continuing my coffee tour. Basically, landing at all the best coffee shops on the west side of the Big Island of Hawaii. And
So interesting visual. I love that visual. Gets everything across quickly.
it's Realty Maui, Big Island in Kona, Hawaii. And today, I am continuing my coffee tour, basically landing at all the best coffee shops on the west side of the Big Island of Hawaii. And today, I'm in a really special place. I am at the Four Seasons Hualalai Resort. And there's a coffee shop in here called the Trading Company. It's actually more than just a coffee shop. It's also kind of a mini grocery store. So if you're staying here at the Four Seasons, you can come in and get crackers and milk and cheese, nuts, and candy, or whatever you needed. And milk, Band-Aids, whatever the case may be. It's called the Trading Company. It's right at the Four Seasons Resort. And the cool part is it's this really neat coffee shop. It's just behind the tennis courts and just next to the bocce ball courts behind me. And there's a lot to do here, and it is absolutely beautiful. And the coffee and tea are really good too. So check it out. If you come and you decide to stay at the Four Seasons, and who wouldn't want to stay at the Four Seasons? Make sure you check into the Trading Company. The other thing I want to pass along to you today is a little bit about a tip about the Big Island of Hawaii and, of course, real estate that's going on here. Many of you have written and said that you started to see the shift on the mainland, that the real estate frenzy
Is the sound breaking up for you guys?
metropolitan cities. And
Okay. So do me a favor. We never want to stop a video. Keep it going. Keep it going. Just put it on mute.
the majority of those listings are not getting.
Right. So now let that play and you can stop sharing. So again, that is my opportunity to grow in technology. I'm going to figure it out. I know there's a way that I can play a video that you all can hear and we can watch it together. I did put the link to that video here in the chat. So maybe you guys can all go and watch that after our call. One of the things I really love about, and I am going to share their channel right now. I'm going to put a link to their channel in the chat as well. This would be an excellent channel for all of you to subscribe to and follow. So let me get to the Hawaii team. So it's called the Hawaii team. If we're going to take a minute, because I feel like this is a really good recap of everything we've covered so far. Okay. So it's recap day. Let's jump in. So if you notice, they have got an engaging banner. The banner reflects the colors and the vibe of the team. They have a subscribe button that is right here. They've got their phone number, new videos every day. Luxuries worked in there. They have links that work. I checked them to their other social media. And they've got the 2 shots, which that's sort of the recommended is kind of that torso and up shots. So the banner is attractive and engaging. They have the, I'm going to scroll down first. So if you see here, they have tagged their channel. I think they could even add a few more as they continue to develop the channel. But if you notice, they've got Hawaii, real estate, luxury homes, realtor, Keller Williams, buying a home in Hawaii. So you see they've got that, you can read through it. Dan, what I'm going to recommend as well is that you add in a couple of the tags relating to your coffee series, the coffee shop series, and coffee in Hawaii.
Okay.
You know, so, you know, add that in there too, because one of the things you guys want to do is you want people that might be a coffee addict sitting in their house in Minnesota on February 2nd, going, for the love of the Lord, I need to escape. And they somehow stumble on one of your coffee in Hawaii videos. And then they realize, wait a minute, this guy is cool. He's tracking coffee, and they binge watch your coffee series. But then they also happen to see one about rental properties or one about something else. So one of the ways we're going to develop natural organic SEO and growth is by having people discover you accidentally, talking about something that's not directly real estate, but still engaging for them. So he'll be able to add in some of those keywords. I'm going to ask all of you today that if I show you something on here and you're not sure how to do it, or you don't remember how to do it, put that in the chat or ask me after we do the review of their channel, then I will show you again how to do that. A couple of you have had a little bit of trouble finding where to add the keywords to your channel. So just let me know about that. So then if we look down here, they have their sections, things to do on the Big Island. And not only do they have the section, but they have a little description of that section, which I think is great. I don't even see that on a lot of the channels that I go to frequently. So, you know, it says here they are experts on just what it's like to live there and fun activities, and they're happy to share. You can see that uniformity of their thumbnails. Again, it's an eye-catching color, and it's got that close-up of a headshot. That is the ideal structure of a thumbnail that will get the most engagement. So it's going to be interesting for them to watch and see what happens with their views now that this new thumbnail series is on there. If you also notice, when I hover over one of them, so I love farmers markets. That's legit, actually. I'm a farmers market addict. I've already found the farmers markets in like 7 towns out of the country that I'm going to next year. I love farmers markets. So I might see this. Notice when I hover over it, you do get that little bit of video playing. So I feel like the upload structure in terms of thumbnail, and then that bit of motion when you hover over it, that is an engaging picture, I feel like they've really knocked that out of the park. They also, if you notice in their titles, they have categorized, they have the Hawaii team tips, but then also on other ones, if it's specifically about short-term rentals, boom, right there in the title. So their sections are things to do on the Big Island resort communities. They are focusing, really gaining market share in 6 big resorts, in their area. And so this is one of the sections in their channel that they're going to really develop, and they're going to tie that in to what I'll call static web pages as well. So there's going to be traffic back and forth between the website and the YouTube channel on these resorts. They've got short-term vacation rentals. What does everyone want to know? Everyone that is sitting in their freezing cold house, watching the snow come down in Minnesota on February 2nd, thinking this is Groundhog Day, my life, drinking their coffee, dreaming about Hawaii. They want to know, could I buy my retirement home now in Hawaii and rent it out short-term till I move there? So that's another area they're going to be developing, more information, but clearly there's a hook there. Lending and mortgage tips, why not? We want them to know that you're knowledgeable. We also want them to know that you're well connected. And if this is a way that you can showcase your vendors, great, do it. In that section, he's going to be able to throw in interviews with some of his favorite lenders. He'll be able to put in some of the 5 mistakes people make, top thing you need to know. It's going to be a very engaging section. And frankly, with the price points of luxury properties in their part of Hawaii, a lot of people are going to be thinking, well, I'd want to buy there, but it could only be cash. Can I buy there if I'm not a state resident? Well, could I get a loan? So that's going to be one that I think will also have a lot of engagement. This one, near and dear to my heart. Many of you know I am a coffee addict. So this was an interesting twist, as I mentioned, and that's what I was attempting to show you. So he is doing a series on the coffee shops on the Big Island. So what a great way, when you do a series like that, you're never going to sit there and say, oh, what am I going to talk about next? Because you've got your series. If Dan's ever having a creative block, all he needs to do is say, Chris, I'm going to go out and film 4 coffee shops, and that will keep him in action, and it will help you clear out any type of creative block that you might be having in terms of topics, which we're going to go into a couple of topics specifically for this time of year in a little bit. Obviously, the creative playlists are here, and they have playlists that reflect all of their sections. And then this is their uploads, which I like how they put their uploads down as the last section. A lot of people, their uploads are the very top section. One of the problems that I see with that is as you build your channel bigger and bigger, a lot of times YouTube will automatically put your most popular videos as the first 5 videos in your uploads, or maybe it'll be your most recent and then your most popular. Anyone know the problem with that? If I come back to your site, and I'm a regular YouTube user, if I see that it's always the same 5 videos, like in that top section, I could actually have the impression you're not posting new material, and then I'll just bounce out and go elsewhere. So really love that design choice. If you're looking at the flow of your sections, I'd recommend putting your uploads down at the bottom. Okay. And then the other thing, just looking at this, any questions about any of these areas? It looks like it's really taking shape, I think.
Yeah.
Now, if you come up here, and this is very common behavior. So if I have a YouTuber that I watch all the time or I binge, I'll go to their page, but then I'll click videos, because the videos, that's where you're going to see all the videos and it's going to be in chronological order when it was uploaded. So if I know that I watch someone all the time or I binge them, and I just want to see their freshest of the fresh, that's what I do. And I would say I'm a fairly good gauge of typical YouTube user behavior. And then playlists. They've got their playlists. Channels, I don't think we haven't really talked about them yet. And for the purpose of what you guys are doing, I don't feel at this point this is really important. I feel like I want to come up with a plan in November where we could look at how could you feature, say, your favorite lender's channel on this page, which not everyone goes to. Or, Dan, maybe you could put, if some of the coffee shops you go to also have a YouTube channel, you could feature them right here. It's not going to detract from you. And it could actually, it could lead to other people finding you or solidifying that you have the relationships that you discuss. I just don't feel it's an item we need to focus on this very minute. Because right now we're all still in the throes of figuring out production and getting it in and getting it tagged. And just, we're still all in the throes of learning that. So that's going to be something that we'll focus on in Hawaii. What is the power? What is the use of the channels that you endorse or recommend, and what would you put there?
Bridget, can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
We have like our new listings, when we get them, they're automatically uploaded to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
And so those show up in there. Should I separate those out so they're going somewhere separate? And should I put a thumbnail on those?
Yes to the thumbnail.
Okay.
Now, a thumbnail for a property, you know what? I need to double check because I don't know the answer on that. I know typically thumbnails with a human face get a higher click-through rate. So I'm thinking we're still going to want a face on even a listing video, but I will research that. Keen, can you make a note for me to research that, please? And then, yes, so for you, you could have a whole section on current listings.
Okay.
Our incredible listings.
Okay. Thank you.
Is this your next home in Indianapolis? You can, so the more we have a hook, the better.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up too, because we've talked about it a few other times. Those of you who are on here, we know a lot of times the house videos don't get a lot of traction.
Mine do.
Good. So you know what? We're going to finish looking at this and then we're going to pull up some of yours.
Okay.
Okay. So I like in the description box, you see that they've got what they like the mission statement of the team, that you can expect white glove service, great contact information. So, they've got, that's fairly well fleshed out as well. Any other questions about any of that? And again, if you're not subscribed, jump on there and subscribe now, because I want to watch the count go up while we're talking. So next, I just want to show you, they've got a welcome video. Okay. And one of the things that they've done is every video, if you notice, even the one where we couldn't really hear it, it already had cards. So it had the little box that showed up that said, click here for our playlist. They've got lower thirds. If you don't have an editor that can do lower thirds, don't worry about it. I'm just showing you that they've got that. The other thing they've done is they have tagged every video. If you look at this over here, they've got the high resolution thumbnail, info cards added. That's the little white box that says click here to watch this playlist or this video. They've got an end screen added, which I'm going to fast forward on that one and show that to you. Liked on Facebook, they've added captions, and they've added chapters. So when we look at this, so there's the description here. If you click on show more, can you all see that? It's really taking shape because they've got a call to action, offering several types of residences, I can't pronounce that, may be the perfect fit for you and your family. Give Chris or Dan a call to have a personal tour of the community. And then it's got the chapters. So intro, 0 to 25 seconds, tour of the community, view of the pools, description of community amenities, 209. These chapters, if you add, they've added these onto every video. And that is going to help them get views and engagement. It also allows people to come in, and if they just were like, oh, I really want to see those pools, boom, they can just jump ahead to minute 1. Why not? We just want to, the more you deliver what people are expecting and look for, the better. Okay. So I'm going to give this a like, because anytime I'm on your videos, I'm giving them a like. Nancy Allgood, look at that, coming in with a comment. So Dan, what you're going to want to do is come in here and like, you give a heart on that comment. And a reply. I'm going to add, let's see if I can do it without a typo. I cannot. That's what happens when your nails are too long, because you're bad about getting in to get them done.
Got it.
All right, so you want to reply and heart anyone who puts any comment of any kind on your video. Okay. And then the other thing, Dan, that you can now, and by the way, it doesn't have to be Dan, it can be his admin.
Yeah.
So Dan's admin working on his behalf. You want to come into each of your videos and you want to add a comment. And you want that comment to be one of those question-based ones, like, can you believe the pools at Koalea?
Leia, yeah.
You know, they're so incredible. If you could live in this resort, what do you think would be your favorite part? So are people going to answer right away? No. After you've had this channel up for a while and people binge watch your resorts, people are going to see your pinned comment, because you're going to put the comment in and you're going to pin it. So it always is at the top. I'm going to show you an example of that in a minute. So let's get some type of comment on that you have made and or Hawaii team has made, and then you're going to pin all of your comments and heart all the comments on your video. So that'll make a little more sense when I show you guys an example. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So another thing that's a good sign. So I'm watching one of their videos. Notice what's in my queue. You guys see that? So 2 more of their videos showed up in my queue. Out of curiosity, let's see, there's another one. Now this might seem really minor, but I'm telling you guys, when you start showing up in people's queue naturally, because I didn't do anything to have him show up in my queue, that means that the algorithm is starting to acknowledge you, you know, as a viable, reliable. Now look at this. Okay, so here's another, one of the other reasons we're doing everything we're doing. Do you guys see what showed up right here?
Yeah.
The Hawaii vacation guide. Which Hawaiian island should you visit? Start here, right? I don't know who that is. They don't know who I am, but I searched and I've watched videos on Hawaii in the last 15 minutes. So guess what? That showed up. And then Denny and Nikki that, you know, are in Oahu, they're showing up. Okay. So what's going to happen is there's that vacation guide again. So as you guys build your channel and you're tagging it and you're promoting it and you're engaging, if someone comments, the search engine is going to see you as that is a bit of data that satisfies and engages with people that click on it, and it will start putting you in front of other people that search for Carmel and Fishers, other people that search Houston or Katy, other people that search Fort Worth, right? You know, wherever you are. So that's because some people are like, why am I doing all of this if no one's watching my videos? You want to start showing up in people's queue. You want to start showing up in their auto play. I guarantee you, if I let this continue playing, it would play a couple more of their videos. Look at their end screen. Okay. It would play a couple more of them. Since the channel is newer, it would probably play 2 or 3 more from them. Then YouTube is going to find who is our most reliable Big Island Hawaii channel, boom, and someone would play that has a more established channel for Big Island. That is why what we are doing to help each other by watching our videos all the way through, commenting and liking on each other's videos, it's organically telling YouTube that Patricia in Indianapolis found value in the Hawaii team talking about coffee. Okay. So everything, I know I say it over and over, we are stimulating the algorithm and we are communicating with a giant robot, which as a big science fiction fan and lover of the Forbidden Planet gets me kind of excited that I'm talking to a robot every day. All right. So, they have gone through and they have this on every video. Dan, how does it feel being almost at the halfway point? So as you guys can see, they've got 40 videos posted. Their editor is finishing up a next batch of 10, and very quickly they're going to be at 50. So Dan, can you share with us what you've learned, how you're feeling, and anything else you may think you want to share?
Yeah. So the first thing I learned is all of your camera equipment and microphones, don't leave it in the rental car when you go over to Maui, like I did
Oh my God.
on this trip, and then had to repurchase it all over again from Amazon.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I left it in the rental car, and of course they never found it. That was one hard lesson. The other thing is really been working through the editor. My editor is a guy in Pakistan, and we're on different time frames, obviously. I try to keep in mind a couple of things. It doesn't matter the way I look or the way I sound or what I wore that day. And the other thing is the editing may not be perfect, but that's okay. We need to get the content up. And I think the editing is always a work in progress. I told Bridget today that basically I'm getting ready to renew another 50 videos with my editor. And, I basically gave him a criteria of what it is that I'd like to see improved in the next 50 videos. And some of the things we learned about positioning, we shoot almost everything we do outside. We don't shoot anything inside, anything on our desktops, anything with a Zoom, because why would you in Hawaii, right? So we shoot everything outside. So we got to be cognizant of our backgrounds. We got to be cognizant of the light and what the light is doing to our face versus what the light's doing to our background.
Right.
There's a lot of, like that picture that just popped up. Elena, my director of marketing, says, when you turn on the camera and you get ready to do your 3, 2, 1, smile at the start. So I have a smiling picture of you because I don't have enough of you smiling for the thumbnails, right? These are all things that we're learning as we're going along, but we are a lot farther along than we were back then. And then we're thinking of a lot of different uses for the videos outside of the YouTube channel, and ways to repurpose what we have,
Well, one of the things that's exciting to me, Dan, is that you guys started from scratch. So some of you guys are like me, where you have a dormant channel that you've had for years that you kind of are revitalizing. But you guys started this challenge and started from scratch. And we're looking at, 40 videos. But what I want to point out to everyone, and let me show you where you can see this. If you look at how many views the channel has, so you've got 40 videos. In the last 30 days, you posted 26, and you have 1,300 views already amongst those videos. Anyone else think that that's pretty good starting from scratch? And that's also with only having 25, 26 subscribers.
Yeah.
So are you all starting to see how there's power in this, just starting from scratch and just getting everything out there? So no leads yet, right?
No leads yet, no.
But however, you can see how that's, you're building something that is going to have legs.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Dan? Especially with this being later in the day, we don't have our East Coast contingent. So if you guys, you have a chance to have Dan all to yourself, if you'd like to ask him any questions, or Chris. Is Chris on too?
No, Chris is not.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, I put in the comment or in the chat, I was just wondering what mic system you're using since you're doing most of your filming outside.
Basically, I just bought a lavalier mic that plugs right into my iPhone.
Okay.
So we have a very simple setup system. I bought a gimbal, a DJI Osmo gimbal on Amazon for $139. And that's my Steadicam. And then I bought a lavalier mic. I've got two types. I've got one that's a cord that runs down my shirt and then plugs into the side of the iPhone. And then I have a wireless lavalier mic. So, and the wireless, there's two of them. So Chris and I can be on microphone at the same time as we're shooting outside. But we really didn't spend a lot of money.
Okay.
And his sound is actually good because I watched his videos without attempting to put them through Zoom. In my experience so far, Zoom and YouTube don't like each other. I will crack that nut. But I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
So I wanted to watch, we're going to step away from Dan's channel. I do want to come back to Dan's channel at the end and see if we have more subscribers. So get on there.
Thanks, Gretchen. I apologize. I got to jump off and head to
That's
another
fine.
meeting, but thank you very much. And, guys, feel free to email me with any questions. I'm happy to answer.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
See you soon. So we're going to go to Patty, your channel.
And I've been neglectful lately.
That's all right. That's why we're all in this. We're all in this together. Okay.
It's just
All right.
my workload's been crazy.
So, which is great. Yes. Because Zula Group handling all of your real estate needs in the Carmel and Fishers area of Indianapolis is on pace for its biggest year ever.
Yes.
Yes.
We
So
took #1 in all categories in our marketplace last month.
love it. My God, it's awesome. And it's not, by the way, that and all of you guys are definitely having really good years. You guys have had it in facing some serious obstacles along the way. All right, so this one, I want to look at your property videos. So right now, let's just take a look at, so you've got some keywords. We're going to want to add in a few more keywords. You and I can talk about that later. We want to add in some of the, by the way, as you guys know, a lot of this that we're doing, we're experimenting as we do it. So there's several people that have put in KW referral agent, Keller Williams referrals, agent referrals. They're putting that in the keywords for the channel. We don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're like, no, let's try it and see what happens. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And so right now your property videos are all showing up in uploads, right?
Yeah. Right.
And so this is the thumbnail right now, right? It's just the
It doesn't have any on there.
Right. It's naturally. So what happens is they'll grab one of the key shots and they'll put that up as the thumbnail
Right.
when you don't have one that you've selected and put on top like her other videos. I want to go to, is there a property in particular that you know really took off?
I
that you want me
don't.
to look up?
I don't. It's been a while since I've been on there.
Okay. So I would say, and why don't we make this a, it's cool, you've got some testimonials. So when I look at your channel, I would have a testimonial section.
Okay.
I would have a listing section. I also think, so you can have up to 12 sections. So you don't want to go crazy. You don't want to be like Carmel, Fishers, Westfield, west of Westfield, northeast corner of whatever, you know, like you want to, so just like with the Hawaii team, they did not at this point, they didn't make a different section for the 6 major resorts. They just made a resort section,
Right.
right? So, I don't know, I'm thinking about what we could call that for your area. And I'm not thinking of one off the top of my head. Like when I think about the market you guys cover, and when I'm describing your team to other people, I say they cover the high-end areas surrounding Indianapolis, or like
Well,
north
like-
and west.
For our relocation guide that I did, I just named it Indianapolis Metro North.
Perfect.
Really is what I did.
Perfect. So that could be the section, and then all the different things that you develop about the different areas, I think you could put in that section.
Okay.
You clearly have a newsletter section.
Yeah. Well, I
on the
don't have
front-
any sections on here at all. I have playlists, but I haven't put sections in there.
That's
I
right.
didn't know how to do that. I didn't even know you could do it. So that's something I'm gonna
Yes.
go back and research.
Yeah, and I can, at the end, I'll give you a quick highlight on how to do that. I
Okay.
broke it down in depth in a video where it actually says on there, creating sections. So that one,
Okay.
you can do that, go there too. Okay, but I'm gonna recommend, so if we were gonna do a thumbnail for the property listings,
See, the reason being is we have a couple of builders, or we have a builder, Oltoff, that we're doing their houses, their builds. And we have right now 2 different communities that we're doing for them.
so
So,
guess what? I would have a section per community.
okay.
Yeah.
Can you do a section within a section or no?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm gonna show you another, so I wanted, and I know today we're hopping around a little bit, but I really wanted to get down to this level of things. But I would encourage you, let's try putting a thumbnail on the property listings that still shows the house,
Sure.
but have an overlay of incredible Olthoff home, right?
Okay.
You know, or something, and make it that bright color and see if we get more engagement on it.
Okay.
I'm going to show you guys a property tour video that has almost 200,000 views. Okay, so see this one?
Mm-hmm.
See that thumbnail? It just has the big 3,009,799.9, right? Inside a lakefront home. But this, you can see it has that little bit more of a catch, a little bit more of a hook. And as you can see, this one from January has nearly 200,000 views. So why don't we add some text over top of the house? And then I'd also make sure that the house screenshot that you grab is a really awesome like view or catchy angle of the house.
Okay.
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 And really all he does is he goes in here and he does a tour of the house. I asked him, I was like, why in the heck does this one have that many views? It all comes down to tagging, promotion, the engaging thumbnail, and being a multi-million-dollar house in Austin. As you guys know, Austin is one of the it cities right now, right? Here's the other thing that's funny to me is look how long it is. I mean, I gotta tell you, and please don't any of you make your house tours 18 minutes long. But that for me to see, this one baffled me. In fact, I called the guy and asked him like, why does this particular house have that many views? So it's interesting. Do you all know how to do the comment and pin your comment?
No.
I'm going to show you a non-real estate example. Okay, so this young lady, every video, except for the one that I picked today. Why? Why? Is that really happening to me? All right, we will look at her other ones. I actually picked her because she typically does it on every video. So see right here, the very top video is from her. And this one just has like a, hey, she's promoting her deodorant pack, and you can click here and use her code. 74 likes, 29 replies. Now she pinned it. See how it says pinned by Charlotte Dobre? And when you want to pin something, I'll show you on my channel so I can actually show it to you live time. But so here's the thing, YouTube viewers, they either like to search by top comments or they like newest first. And notice when I click newest first, hers is still at the top. Okay. So you want to get in the habit of putting a comment on every video. You can, as she did, put links. So let's say you did a video on a great house, or what could you buy for $1.2 million in Scripps Ranch. Okay. And then you want to, you did a, what can you buy for $1.2 million in Carlsbad? Great. You can put the link to that video in your comment. So you can direct people to websites, links, or other things.
So if we're doing a video on a partnership company, we could put their
Yes.
link in there.
You can
Okay.
put your link, you can put their link in there. Yep.
Okay.
And then you just see that engagement. So, you know, I like to, let me show you real quick on mine so you can actually see it real time. Okay. Go to videos. So I didn't put one on this one yet. I haven't even done the thumbnail yet, but I can come in here. By the way, your first view or so on your own video also counts. So you guys will notice I'm not going to back out of my video I just started. So I'm going to come in here and say, how often do you post to YouTube? Are you an active uploader or mainly a viewer? I might come in later and change that. That's what popped to mind right now. I'm not going to put a link or anything. So I'm going to save it. Okay. So now I've got a comment on there from the creator, and then see these little 3 dots. You come over there, click on that, pin, boom. And now I have a pinned comment on my channel. Likes are anonymous, so I can also like my own comment. I can also like my own video. The algorithm, even though it's the same IP address, the YouTube algorithm will still take that as a like. It just takes it as, again, we're just feeding the robot. So the robot is receiving likes, clicks, people engaging, liking, and there you go. Okay. So while we're here, is it okay if we talk about promotion for a minute? So I'm going to come to my own share button, and I am going to share it to Facebook. There are limitations on this, but for where we all are right now, you're going to want to do it. I want to put this in groups or on pages, because when you share from YouTube into a group or a page, it will show up with higher SEO than if you just put it on your news feed. When you share a link to YouTube on your news feed, it's like a fart in a tornado. No one is going to notice it because there's a lot of other stuff going on. Okay. So notice here, I want you all to know how to do this. Okay. So I clicked share on Facebook. You see up here, when you first open it, that's going to say share to news feed or story. Most of us don't even pay attention to that, and we just share it, right? What I want you to do is click on that. Share in a group, okay? And I'm gonna put Bridget Stuart Maps coaching clients. Check this out. Special guest, right? Put a little comment, and then I'm just gonna hit share. Anyone who's a member of that group is highly likely to see that, okay? Especially because I'm the admin of that group. Now I wanna show you how you do it to a page. So you come back up here, you'll see that drop down, right? And I'm gonna put on a page I manage. And I'm gonna do about coaching. How can YouTube enhance your real estate business? Join us and find out. Boom, post. So did you all see how I did that? A lot of times people say, you know, so that little technique right there is how you can promote this, and people are going to probably see it, and you're going to increase your views. If I just went share to Facebook and put it on my regular page, probably wouldn't do much of anything. Do not forget Twitter. And watch how easy this is. Boom, done. Now, some of you might be saying, Bridget, you're sharing your video and you didn't put your thumbnail on and you haven't tagged it yet. Doesn't matter. I can go in, I can tag it. That the link is live, right? So anyone who clicks on it, they're going to see the most current version of whatever I've done to that, which I'm going to doctor that up, you know, as soon as we're done. So LinkedIn, do you guys want to see a LinkedIn? Should we do it since we're here?
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, LinkedIn is pretty easy. So let me get back to video. So LinkedIn, I mean, it's pretty easy. You have a couple of choices. It's share in a post or private message. So share as a post. And now again, when you're in LinkedIn, you want to sound a little bit more formal as we dive deep into how to launch, create, and promote a YouTube. I'm even going to do the right capitalization channel to support your business, And then again, thinking that I'm in LinkedIn, so let me sound more LinkedIn-y. I'm going to say, wow. All right, you can add hashtags, real estate, business, you know, if you want to. I am putting this out there where anyone can see it. And then you come over here and hit post. Now, one of the things, you know, I'm doing this quickly to show you all. And by the way, what I'm about to tell you wouldn't take that much longer. I just am not skilled enough to do it real time and show you. I will probably come back in on the LinkedIn and I'll include an invite to our next call. I will probably repost it on Twitter. So with Twitter, you can just post like your, you know, a vomit of posts, right? So I'm not even going to go back and edit that last post. I'll post it again to Twitter with a different caption and more hashtags. Okay. On Facebook, I will also probably go in and either tag them or do whatever. What's more important is I just got it out there in ways that people may see it. For the stage that we're in, I will also, I will take the link and I will target 4 or 5 people that I know that are part of my minion army. So best friend who's more like a sister in Nashville, Tennessee, my mother in Colonial Beach, Virginia, an agent on my team in LA, You get the idea. People like that kind of inner circle. Earlier today, because Patty, like you, I had fallen off some of the work I was doing for promotion. So I sent them an email to my latest link and I said, can you do me a favor? Can you click this, press play? I don't care if you mute it, let it play all the way through and comment and like. So, you know, we're still at that grassroots stage. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just feeling guilty.
Don't feel guilty. No guilt. This is a guilt-free zone. I don't see anything with gold on it near me, but I was going to say the only guilt allowed in here would be guilt on a lily, little, you know, golden edge on something. Because so the beauty of this challenge is we're all at different spots. You know, Dan and Chris are going to hit the halfway point. Jessica Williams already beyond the halfway point. Some of us, myself included, you know, life happened and we fell off. Here's the thing, it's still there. You just go back to it, you get back on the horse. The beauty of this challenge is we're getting back on the horse now instead of 7 months from now.
Yeah, but there's more behind that. You know it, Bridget.
I know. Yes.
You know
But
what
you
I'm
just-
saying.
I just don't want you to feel guilty.
Well, it's kind of hard.
I know. You're going to keep it going. I'm going to promote it out there too. So you guys now see how to get that out on different areas. You have a question, Faye? No? Yes? You're on mute. One of the things you'll notice is when you're sharing, look at all this. If you click that arrow, like if I wanted to right now, I could post that to my old blogger blog that I haven't done anything with in a while. Pinterest, like, I don't even know what the heck that is. How do I have that showing up there? But it all shows up and you can very easily share it from anywhere. Okay. So any questions about that at this moment?
No.
No. All right. Any, there was a couple of questions on how to set up sections, right?
Yes.
And so let's do that real quick. We're going to stay in mind so I have more control. Okay. You come over here to your settings. Do you see settings underneath your channel?
Yeah.
And then you go to channel.
Okay.
Now this, by the way, while we're here, this is where you add tags to your channel, not to your videos. Okay.
Yeah, I did find that.
Yeah. And I saw that on your thing. And then advanced settings. So when you go into advanced, this is where you can mark, no, this channel is not made for kids. I never upload content that is made for kids. That should be everyone's setting that's doing anything for a real estate channel. Okay. If you put that, then all of your channels will automatically upload that way and you won't have to manually do it each time.
Oh, that's good to know.
Automatic captions, you could also add that if you wanted to. And there's even the box here where you can say, do not show potentially inappropriate words. YouTube is fairly, I want to say strict. You don't want to be dropping F-bombs. I don't know if you guys were on here when one of my clients thought that he was muted and he dropped an F-bomb and we were like, my channel's not big enough that I had to worry about it, but you don't want to be dropping F-bombs. You do want to mark to display the number of people subscribed to my channel. So sometimes people say, well, I don't want to display that until that number is an impressive number. So I'll display it when it hits 100. That's not how people work in group dynamics. When people see, oh, other people have subscribed, I will too. So even if it's 26, you want that to display. Okay. Advertisements. So as you guys know, if you watch YouTube, the ads will show up at the front of videos. And if you are concerned about interest-based ads showing up at the beginning, then you want to check that to disable interest-based ads. Typically, I do not disable that because YouTube is always monitoring your own interests, right? So when I'm watching YouTube, most of the ads that show up are going to be ads that are based on what I'm interested in. So I don't care if it's kind of funny to me when it misses the mark. I always laugh about that. And then a lot of times when it misses the mark, I'll click on it and I'll leave comments because it's contrary to what they're trying to do. And I think that's funny and it amuses me. All right, so that, but I would leave that unmarked unless you are particularly sensitive about what ads might be showing. Okay. All right, so then let's go to, we're jumping back to, give me a second. Oh, so upload defaults. This is also where you can have a default title that's going to start every video. You can also have a default description that would show up in every video. So what a lot of people have done is they've taken their closing statement of their description and they've saved this here. Then when they're uploading, all they need to do is go into the box and add the specifics about that video and your automatic footer will just be on there. So kind of as a time saver. Okay. So now here is where you can click for automatic chapters. So remember when I showed you on Dan's video, how it had the chapters broken down? You can set it up here. And if YouTube is able to decipher your video, it will actually create the chapters for you. I'm doing a test on this because the video I uploaded this morning has 10 reasons or 10 ways to increase your production. And I'm going to see if it breaks down the 10. So that's kind of a little test I'm running on that. You always want to use standard YouTube license. You know, these things you can mark if you want them to be the same for every video. One thing I'm going to update right here, I recommend people and blogs as your category. And if you select that on the advanced settings right here, it will automatically be on every video. Okay. Language is English. I didn't realize I didn't have this set on here. So you guys are helping me get ahead of things. Title, description, title and description language is English. All right, so now that I set these, they are set for my channel. Okay. Let's go back. Permissions, community agreements. Didn't get an audience. Now we're going to go, we're leaving settings. So those are things you can do in settings. Okay. Now we are going to go to back to, how do I get back there easily? When you first click on your channel, so see how it has manage videos and it has customized channel. You see that?
Yeah.
Click on customize channel. This is where you can really get this where you want it to be. So right here is where you can upload a channel preview for people who haven't subscribed to your channel. So that's where you would upload that video. Then you have a featured video for returning subscribers. You don't want your returning subscribers to keep hearing you say, hi, welcome to Zulu Group, blah, 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 because they don't want to hear the same thing over and over. So that is where you set up that customization. And then here is where you have featured sections. And this is where you can customize that layout with the up to 12 sections. Okay. And you just click on create the sections. And you can come in here and this is where you have 4 that are pre-populated. That's uploads, playlists, you know, they'll walk you through it. And then this tells you how you add the sections and figure out how the videos will go into those sections. You'll typically do that in your upload for your fresh videos. You will do it by editing the current videos to add them to a section.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And we can say where to place them on our page. So we can
Yes.
say to put the
You
uploads
can
on
put
the
that
bottom.
order. Yeah, you can put the uploads on the bottom. I know a few people put uploads as like the third one down, but they really like their freshest content being in that top section.
Okay.
So
And I've been
any,
in that section, but I didn't see that. So, because I uploaded the video for new people coming in to our
Yes.
channel. I already did
Yeah.
that.
good, good. So this is all, so any questions about any of this?
Mm.
Don't forget, if you click on community and search for things here, you'll be shocked. You will find so much helpful information. Okay. So, you know, that's their community section. It's almost like a community forum. It's very helpful. Okay. All right. So the big things I wanted to cover today: take a breath, review what you've done so far. Every video I've done is on my channel, so you can go back there if there's something you want to go back to. On a good news front, in about a week, I'm going to have short, very specific, hey, how do I add sections to my YouTube channel? It'll be like 2 minutes long and it'll show you what I just showed you, fast and easy. And my goal is to have like every little thing. How do I change my photo? How do I add keywords to my channel? How do I, you know, like all of that. I just want to get a list of concise videos out in addition to our longer workshop videos where you guys will be able to find stuff very quickly. Okay. So any other questions, and then we're going to wrap up. I'm unmuting you all.
Do you have a minute to hang out after this?
Yes. Yep. Let me look in the chat. All right. It looks like there's no other questions on this. Faye, do you have a new team member there you can introduce and say we can all say
I sure do. This is Saeed.
hello?
Our
Hi.
new buyer's agent.
Very nice to meet you. I've heard a lot of good things.
And
Congratulations.
He already wrote his first offer
Sweet.
and got it in escrow.
And it got accepted?
Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Very nice. All right. Well, guys, get out there, keep it going. Do me a favor, make sure you're subscribing to each other's channels and that you are commenting and liking. I want to leave you all with one thought. And this again goes back to like, why are we doing all this? So this is my YouTube homepage. I'm a heavy YouTube user. So when I come on here, now look who's showing up in my news feed in the very first row. Hawaii team, right? Florida, so that's Jim. That's one of, you know, he's usually on our meetings, but he's an East Coaster and couldn't make it this long or this late. Let's see if anyone else, this is not in my control. This is very much like your news feed on Facebook or whatever, you know, like when you open it, you scroll and stuff's on there. This is YouTube's version of this. There's another Hawaii team. Here's Roscoe Group. I did a coaching call with them earlier today. Walton Group, I did a coaching call earlier with her today. So I don't know if you guys have ever had that where you talk about buying a new pair of old gringo boots. And about 45 minutes later, you're on Facebook and an ad shows up for old gringo boots. That will probably happen to me now because we're all under constant observation. But I've noticed at the end of the day, the clients I've had coaching calls with, if they're doing their videos show up in my feed.
Mhm.
And if I were to very particularly, let me think for a second. If I started talking to you all about Queens, Brooklyn, and Flushing, New York, and real estate agents there and opportunities for real estate in Queens, New York, there is someone that I bet money will show up in this feed in about half an hour. I will do the test and I'll report back to you. But this is what you want, because what happens is I'm in Minnesota, miserable in the snow on February 2nd. I'm scrolling on my computer and I'm talking to my mom on the phone. And I go, you know what, Mom, I've had enough. I know you and Dad picked Minnesota to raise the family and it was a great childhood, but I've had enough of these winters. I want to get out. I want to go to Hawaii. I'm already checking out to see if we can buy a home, right? So they're having that conversation. Guess who has a chance of showing up in her YouTube feed in about an hour? Hawaii team. Okay. So that's one of the, if some of you guys are like, where are we going with all of this? That's where we're going. By the way, one of my other Hawaii clients that I'm not even subscribed to yet, there she is, because what have I been talking about for the last hour and a half? Hawaii real estate. So there she is, right? So are you guys starting to see that power of, and again, so you don't even have to be subscribed to them. If people show interest or do Google searches or talk to someone, Sherry Pettis, she's one of my Tuesday morning clients. So it's really funny. And I've really started tracking that. So at the end of each day, I look and I see how many of my clients that I spoke to that day show up naturally in my feed. All right, that is the last thing I will bore you with today. Let's do a couple of ahas. So I know there's only a few of you. Each one of you, tell me something you're taking away from today.
The sections.
Okay. Faye, what are you taking away?
Sections.
Okay. Jennifer Hartman.
I took a lot of notes.
Jennifer, what are you taking away today?
Yeah, I've got how to add the keywords to my YouTube channel because I'm still doing more setup for the next round of actually making the videos.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And are you starting to see how the algorithms work on your favor? There's another one. Now his coaching calls tomorrow, but he's one of the frequent posters. And because I've watched several of his videos, he's also now showing up. But if you notice, he was further down. Now I guarantee you, after I do my call with him tomorrow, he's going to show up further up. Okay. So it's all, there's Seaman Team. That's another one that they're San Diego. They're down there. So, and again, I purposefully, there, Teresa, I don't know if she's still on here, but there you are. So Teresa was actually on the call earlier. She had to jump off. So let's just keep everything moving forward. You guys are doing great. Wherever you are is perfect, and keep moving ahead from there. Okay. Saeed, so nice to meet you.
Same here. Thank you.
Looking forward to you being a part of the team.
Sure, I will.
All right. All right. I will talk to you guys later. And yeah, Patricia, you can stay on.
Thank you, Bridget.